Hello, my name is Muhammad Mazki bin Mazlan, and today we are going to present about the impact of work from home performance among Malaysian Football League employees during the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. The presentation is for the International Conference on Communication, Management and Humanities 2022. Without further ado, let's start with the introduction. First of all, a global pandemic known as COVID-19 has hit every country worldwide. This virus attack has had a significant impact on human life around the world, affecting many major facets of life such as health, economy, politics and security. In the last 10 years, researchers have debated and studied the concept of work from home, WFH, but it's only now that its global phenomenon emerges with the COVID-19 virus that becomes an alternative approach for many organizations by Masayuki 2020. COVID-19 has emerged as a major danger to all companies and organizations around the world, resulting in changes in work practices as well as human interaction within the organization. To prevent the virus from spreading, COVID-19 has left the workers unable to commute to work. As a result, most of the employers and employees were forced to work from home as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic by Vyas and Butakio 2020. However, according to Beno and Floreki 2021, the global COVID-19 issue has increased the proportion of people who work online. The transition from cubicles to home offices sparked a slew of questions about how businesses would adapt to the new working environment. The majority of business organizations today face the demand to increase employee productivity, which has become a pressing issue for organizations by Osman et al. 2020. Furthermore, working from home could be perceived as a threat to productivity by Himawan et al. 2020. The current COVID-19 pandemic situation provides unique insight into how well working from home works, and it could play a key part in future regulations that restructure the current structure of working hours, potentially allowing for more flexibility by Vyas and Butakio 2020. The next slide, I will show you the problem statements that are impacting the culture of work from home on the performance of employees. Due to the COVID-19 emergence, all companies and organizations around the world are affected, causing changes in work practices as well as human interaction within the organization. COVID-19 has left the employees unable to commute to work in order to prevent the virus from spreading. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, the majority of employees were required to work from home by Vyas Butakio. Such adaptation to the changes of workplace environment may or may not affect the employers or employees, stated Masayuki 2020. Before the outbreak of COVID-19, working from home was a dream for many people, but for some, it was considered unworkable. This is primarily due to the fact that working from home necessitates a peaceful and dedicated workspace, which can be difficult for such as individuals who live in small spaces, have children or have family issues, by Vyas and Butakio. According to Savage 2020, work from home has suddenly become mandatory as offices have grown less vital. Organizations have been forced to improve their work performance by using technology tools to continue with their work routines, such as video conferencing, online marketing, and video streaming are just a few of the technologies available. However, such situations may affect some workers who lack appropriate technology. These are the main problems that were noted in studies regarding the impact of working from home on employees' work performance. So, do these problems arise among these employees of MFL? Therefore, this study is to examine the impacts of work from home performance among Malaysian Football League employees. These are the research questions and research objectives for this research. So, number 1, for the research question, what are the impact factors of work from home towards Malaysian Football League employee? Secondly is, what is the factor of work performance among Malaysian Football League employees? And lastly, what is the significant relationship between work from home and work performance among Malaysian Football League employees? For the research objective, number 1 is to determine work from home impact factor towards Malaysian Football League employee performance. Number 2 is to determine the factor of work performance among Malaysian Football League employees. And lastly is to identify the significant relationship between work from home and work performance among Malaysian Football League employees. This next slide will show you the literature review that I've been used to further my research on this matter. The researchers discussed the literature review on how work from home environments affects employee performance in the Malaysian Football League. Many researchers have studied the concept of work from home, and since the emergence of the COVID-19 attack, it has increased the proportion of people who work online. However, based on the literature review, few studies have been made on working from home since COVID-19. The goal of this study is to see how working from home affects employee performance in the Malaysian Football League. Next is for the research method. In this study, the research was carried out using a quantitative method. The ability to analyze variables and generalize sample results for a broader sample or population are two advantages of employing quantitative methods by Chintaman 2014. It is the non-experimental method, and the questionnaires were distributed to Malaysian Football League employees. For the sampling technique, the population number of MFL employees is 45. The chosen respondents by researchers from MFL employees are to complete the questionnaire. Purposive sampling according to Pattern 1990 is the collection of a sample based on its contribution to the in-depth analysis. Purposive sampling is utilized for sampling procedures since researchers have a target respondent in the form of MFL employees who must answer the questionnaire for the research to be completed. And for the data analysis, the results of this study are analyzed using the Statistics Package for Social Science (SPSS) software for Windows version 26. To obtain the findings, all of the data from the questionnaire are coded, produced, and tabulated. The descriptive statistic is used to analyze the data of frequency and percentage for the demographic profile, working from home, and working performance variables. The Pearson correlation used to analyze the relationship between work from home and work performance among MFL employees. And lastly, for the instrumentation, the researchers used the questionnaire as a tool to more effectively and efficiently test the questionnaire. The questionnaires are used as a tool for primary data collection. The structure of questionnaires consists of two sections. The first section consists of working from home experience Spring 2020 questionnaire, and then experiences of working from home in times of COVID-19 international survey conducted the first months of the national lockdowns March-May 2020. And the section consists of individual work performance questionnaire IWPQ, Koopmans, Bernards, Hildebrand, Van Buren, Van der Berg, and De Wet 2013. Next is for the analysis. As you can see here, there are two sets of variables that we asked in the questionnaire to the employees, which are: do you work from home since the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus? And next one is: why do you currently work from home? The table shows that the frequency of the response and the percentage of the response from the questionnaire. So based on the table 4.2.1a and table 4.2.1b as shown above, it clearly stated that all of the Malaysian Football League staff had to work from home during the pandemic, and 62.2% chose the item yes, I sometimes work from home, followed by 82.2% of the Malaysian Football League employees answered the item because I have been ordered to do so on why they currently have to work from home. The second analysis that I'm going to present is two tables consist of overall factors of work from home and overall individual work performance. Table 4.2.7 shows the mean of items in the overall factors of work from home. As shown in the table above, the highest mean is advantage of work from home with a score of 3.83 with a standard deviation points of 0.863. And the lowest mean score is from the item current work situation with a score of 2.77 with a standard deviation point of 0.581. Table 4.2.11 shows the mean of items in the overall individual work performance. As shown in the table above, the highest mean is task performance with a score of 3.88 standard deviation of 0.898. And lastly, the lowest mean score is from the item counterproductive work behavior with a score of 2.14, standard deviation of 1.040. And lastly, for the analysis table, Table 4.2.12 shows that the relationship between work from home and work performance. Table 4.2.12 shows there is a significant relationship between work from home and work performance. The result of the correlation is R value, as you can see there, 0.369, showing that there is a positive relationship between work from home and work performance. According to Cohen 1988, it showed a moderate correlation. Right now I'm going to present about the discussions of findings based on the analysis that have been done. So we are going to discuss about the factors that impacted on the employees, which is the factor of working from home, secondly the factor of work performance, and lastly the relationship between the factor of work from home and the factor of work performance among the Malaysian Football League employees. So firstly, looking at the current working situations of the employees based on the table 4.2.3, 33.3% of MFL employees agreed on the item during these times I am working more hours than normally, which has a mean score of 3, standard deviation 1.414. Hence, 46.7% of MFL employees disagreed on the item during these times I am getting less work done than normally, with a mean score of 2.71. This is normally because more work will get done if work in long hours compared to short hours. Due to this, 28.9% strongly agreed upon the item during these times. My work is more demanding than normally, with a mean score of 3.29 with a standard deviation of 1.487. As mentioned by Mustajab et al. 2020, although many employees gain from working from home, there are risks and losses that they must accept, such as weariness, which can impair work motivation as a result of multitasking, in which many employees are required to do 2 jobs at once, such as household duties and office work. Furthermore, Malaysian Football League grasps a positive experience on their current work-life situation by agreeing on the item. The information that I have gotten from my work makes me feel well prepared for working at home. From 44.4%, which has the mean score of 3.62, followed by the item I can keep a good relationship with my colleagues when I am working from home, which 40% of the Malaysian Football League agreed and has a mean score of 3.44, standard deviation of 1.198. This would indicate that even though in a demanding work-life situation due to the pandemic, the employees managed to uphold positivity throughout the phases. Secondly is the factor of work performance. In order to identify the factors related to the work performance of employees, 3 scales had been used in the survey to identify the performance of the MFL employees. The first scale is task performance. Throughout the survey, the outcome of the scale was up to 36.9% of employees was able to carry out the task given by the employers by the scale of often, with a mean score of 3.88. The second highest mean score is contextual performance, with a score of 3.84, standard deviation of 0.815. This is related to the initiative of the employees on handling tasks and conducting tasks in a proper manner. The results show that 38.05% employees respond by the scale of often. Lastly, the lowest mean score is from the item counterproductive work behavior, with a mean score of 2.14, standard deviation 1.040. These results prove that overall Malaysian football employees can cope with the current working life situation, which is working from home due to the pandemic COVID-19, mainly because in Malaysia, most of the organisations could sustain the technological aspect of work management in working from home, hence gave a positive impact towards the performance of employees. Lastly, the relationship between the factor of work from home and work performance among employees. There is a strong link between working from home and work performance. The correlation yielded at R value of 0.369, indicating a favorable correlation between work from home and job success. It indicated a moderated correlation according to Cohen 1988. Bloom et al. 2015 discovered that working from home 4 days a week increased employee productivity significantly, despite the fact that more than half of the participants in this study are working alongside another person at home. The results of a recent Canadian survey revealed that 1/3 of respondents believe their productivity has increased since they started working remotely. Udemanovelos 2020. In comparison, work from home does relate to the work performance of the employees, and it concluded as a positive correlation based on this study. In conclusion, working from home has an impact on employee performance according to the results of the relationship using a Pearson correlation method as shown in the table 4.2.11. While some aspects of the working from home practice have a beneficial impact on employees' performance, others have the opposite effect. There are also some other aspects whose effects are influenced by the employees' personalities and attitudes as well as the conditions. The study's goal was to see if there was a significant relationship between work from home and the work performance of Malaysian Football League MFL employees. As a result, this study was successful in uncovering fresh findings that will aid future research. Theoretical and impractical implications were aided by the study. For theoretical purposes, new literary information can be applied to the future studies. In terms of practical ramifications, this study has sparked more interest in learning more about the critical aspects that influence work performance during the pandemic, enabling people to perform well and achieve their objectives in the future. Thank you very much.